Yeah. Mm, My lecture is composed of 4 chapters. The first, I will define the concept of post-Hallyu, and then I would like to design the kind of cognitive mapping of post-Hallyu with using the 4 conflicting keywords explained in the post-Hallyus. And now this is chapter 3 is very the main topics of my lectures. The 3 flows of the post-Hallyu, following including the 3 topics. The first is the rise of Asian cultures, and then the cultural hybridization, and the last, the formation of a cultural capital. And then in conclusion, I will point out the overcoming the contemporary post-Hallyu, that is how the post-Hallyu can be sustainable beyond the logic of cultural capital. This is the chapters of my lectures. What is post-Hallyu? The post-Hallyu has shown very different aspect from the previous one. The post-Hallyu in era is very have a different dimension than the previous one. For example, the global fever, global awareness, and areas of expansion, and the production and distribution scale is very large than previous one, and the media platform is very stronger than this. And also, in the post-Hallyu era, the Korean waves expanded, get a great popularity beyond the Asia, reaching the Europe, North America, and South America. And Korean waves are recognized as very a wonderful occasion, the popularity of the Korean pop cultures. It is extended to the fine art as well as the lifestyles. Yeah. Slide is not here. Yeah. I think the post-Hallyu, the concept of post-Hallyu is a kind of the historical moment that transformed from the commercial content into the cultural lifestyle in general. This evolving phenomenon is proposed to be referred as the post-Hallyu, I think. So the concept of Hallyu and the concept of post-Hallyu is a very different pace to understand the contemporary Korean popular cultures. I just representative examples to understand the post-Hallyu, the concept of post-Hallyu. The first case is the BTS. The BTS is the only Korean music act to top the Billboard chart with 6 albums. It's very huge popularity after the Butter and Dynamite. And the BTS has gained most viewers for all YouTube premieres, and BTS is the most streamed male group on Spotify. And also, the BTS is the fastest idol group to 1 billion followers on TikTok. And then my slide is not disappeared. I don't know why. And also the next is a Squid Game. Squid Game holds the record as Netflix's most popular series of all times. It's just 1.65 billion viewers hours in the first 28 days after its September 2021 premieres. It takes home, so about it won the 6th Emmys Award with win for directing and with actors. And now the next slide is about Parasite. Parasite, directed by the Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho's new music films Parasite earned only over 258.7 million US dollars worldwide countryside. Parasite break record, the first non-English speaking movie to win Best Pictures, 92 second Oscar was with the Best Director and the Best Original Screenplay, etc. And then I will explain the fine art, about the fine art in Korea. The fine art artist Korean artists has great popularity all over the world, such as the literature and the classical music and the ballet and the installation. For example, Song Jin-jo won the first prize of Chopin concours in 2015, and Moon Ji-young won the prize. Pianist Moon Ji-young won the first prize in Bujeoni concours the same years. And violinist Im Ji-young won the first prize at Queen Elizabeth concours in 2018. And also the Yoon Chan-rim won the piano competition, Ban Club piano competition in 2022. And also in the field of the dance, the ballet, Seun Park is a very, very famous ballet dancer in Paris. Park Seun has won the Etoile. Etoile is the queen of the ballet performance, the Paris Opera Ballet Theater. And Hanga is a novelist, is wonderful novelist, won the great prize and British Man Booker's prize. And Hae Yang is a wonderful installation artist, is very famous in the world. This is a kind of the new phase of to understand of the entering to the post-Hallyu. The post-Hallyu means that Hallyu is get great popularity, not only the commercial pop and cultures, but also the fine art, and go to the lifestyle, the cosmetic, the fashion, the food, and so on. Yeah, this is the slide. Yeah. Post-Hallyu means the Korean pop cultures, popular cultures, not only the K-pop or K-drama, K-cinema, but also in the field of the everyday lifestyle and like the fashion and beauties and food. For example, Korea's top 10 cosmetic brands, Soon, Oi, Sorasu, Innisfree. You know the brand of this? You know? You don't know? Yeah. Recent Korean top 10 cosmetic brands, such as the following, are very, very popular all over the world. And also the Korean food industry grew at an annual average 8.0% from the 2018 to 2021. This is the phenomenal case to understand the post-Hallyu. And now I will explain the cognitive mapping of post-Hallyu is a very, very theoretical and cultural aspect to understand the transformation of the post-Hallyu in nowadays. I just explained the four the different concepts to understand the cognitive mapping of post-Hallyu. The first is yes. The slide is cut. Yeah, we didn't know. Yeah. First, the conflicting concept is about cultural nationalism versus transcultural nationalism. You know, the Korean newspaper and Korean government politicians are very proud of the great popularity of the Korean waves. They only just proud of this. They do not criticize about this. The K-pop and the Korean waves has a lot of the negative points. Yeah, comparing the positive ones. Korean report, Koreans, like almost Korean scholars and almost the Korean government politicians are very proud of this. So they like to find the national pride on the massive popularity of Korean waves, and the Korean newspaper and broadcasting often over-reported Korean journalists or the popularity of Korea, the post-Hallyu, and YouTube jingoism. Yeah, jingoism, YouTube 국뽕 is very, very proud of the cultural nationalism of the Korean netizens of that. In other hand, there is another case. Post-Hallyu and the Korean wave in contemporary scene is going beyond the cultural nationalism and the the national pride. This is the only kind of the unique global culture, the crossing the national borders. There is a, you know, the example of the K-pop fandoms are very, very transnational and yeah, crossing the border. And also, I like to point out the two complete keywords, the cultural Americanization versus the cultural diversity. In some ways, K-pop kind of try to mimicry of the K-pop American pop culture, such as imitator. You know, the K-pop music style mainly composed of the Korean American pop main music style, such as the hip hop and R&B and electronic pop, so on. So some scholars said the Hallyu are well incorporated into the American culture's industry. On the other hand, there is another point of view, a very different point of view. That is the post-Hallyu is a kind of comes from an alternative culture, differentiating from the American pop cultures. Post-Hallyu, kind of a Korean waves, is an emerging initiative making difference and diversity. This is the second complete keywords. The third complete keywords is about cultural capitalism versus symbolic cultural capital. These two concepts is very different. This is very appears to be very similar, but two concepts is very opposite, very the different concept. Concept of cultural capitalism refers to the kind of economic scale, for example, the market power and export scale of Hallyu. On the other hand, symbolic cultural capital refers to the long-term accumulated, is a concept that long-term accumulated potentials surrounding the social relations, positive and negative issues. The concept of cultural capital is borrowed from the theory of Pierre Bourdieu. Pierre Bourdieu is the very, very critical apprentice sociologist scholars. He point out the cultural capital is very, very symbolic one and very, very the accumulated resources from his education, the class, economic and local and versus surroundings background. This is the concept of the cultural capital, symbolic cultural capital, followed by the Pierre Bourdieu. So, yeah, the last complete keyword is about the cultural technology versus cultural taste. You know, the reason why the K-pop had a great popularity is that the perfect combination, you know, between the K-pop and the social media technology, like, you know, the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, and so on. And also, media platform domination over the K-pop market is very important to understand the cultural technology in terms of the great popularity of the post-Hallyu. And in other ways, contrary to the over-dominance of the cultural technology, the K-pop appeals to the global fandom and its diversity of music and cultures. These are the complete concept to understand the concept of post-Hallyu. I don't know how your opinion is depends on the first one versus the latter ones, but I don't know. But I'm just oriented to the latter ones, yeah, to understand the concept of post-Hallyu. Yeah. In the three chapters, I would like to explain the three flows of the post-Hallyu. The first case is about the rise of the Asian cultures. Let me explain the total scale of a Korean content industry. The Korean content industry, annual sales of Korean content industry in 2021 is about 101 billion US dollars. The data is a kind of increase of 6.3% compared with the last year. Very, very big one. Korean content industry has the third largest market in domestic Korea after, the motor car, Hyundai Motors and Kia Motors, and the semiconductors industry. And even the Korean content industry has passed over the mobile, Samsung mobile. It's very, very huge, yeah, the scale in Korea. And from the Korean content industry, there are 5 major content industry, such as broadcasting, the publication, and knowledge information, and game, and advertisement. Is a 5 major part composing of the Korean content industry. You can see this chart. As you can see the chart, the China, Japan, Korea are the leading Asian countries industry all over the world. And also the India, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam are the emerging country for the global industry market. And also, as you well know, the K-pop and J-pop. You know the I-pop? I-pop is Indonesian pop. Yeah, it's very, very popular in the domestic and very, very similar with the K-pop. I-pop is Indonesian pop. Bollywood pop is Indian pop. It's very different. Yeah. Kind of the K-pop, J-pop, I-pop. You know the T-pop? T-pop is Thai pop. and all kinds of the East Asian pop styles are very, very kind of comes from the new trendsetter in global culture scene. The Asian region in the field of the content market is the second largest market after USA. Next slide is on the great power of the Asian music industry. Asian music industry market has an increase of 15.4% compared to last year, to 2022. And also, the Asian music record sale make up almost almost on half, yeah, 98 and 49.8%. It's very difficult to speak in the number in English. I'm sorry about that. Around the world market. According to the Global Music Report, IFFI 2022, it's almost a half portion all around the world the music market. Yeah, this chart is very interesting. This chart is gonna expect the global music streaming from 2019 to 2027. The left side is the kind of data in 2019. Yeah, as you've seen that North America and Europe is very, very big portion of the streaming market, music market. And then the music industry experts expect in 2027, the portion of the streaming music market changes into the from the North America, Europe to the East Asia and the Latin America. That is almost increased. And then back to the theory, there are a lot of scholars who point out the importance of the Asian cultures and the economy. One of them is the scholar is Andre Gunderfrank. Andre Gunderfrank, in his book Reorient, he criticized against the Euro-centered worldview. He also has tried to and suggested to the due reflection on Eastern perspective away from the European view of the world history. He also wants to rewrite the world economy and cultures through the Eastern point of view. In 2016, the Korean scholars such as the humanists and sociologists and historian scholars has published a very important book at the Seoul National University Press. The title of this book is The Rise of Asia. The Rise of Asia. Is it a transformation of civilization? It's a very important book to transform our mind into the oriented into the East Asian perspective. In this book, the scholars, the writers are very point out the Asia is a very new dynamic region around the world. Asian market is a three major market along with the US and the EU, United Nations. And also, this book point out a lot of point out Asia values and community is kind of this concept is very similar with the new cultural association for the human futures. And then back to the practical case. I want to express the four generations girl groups, New Jeans and the Seraphim and the X. You know the XG group, yeah, from Japanese, yeah. I will explain the cultural hybridization using the music of New Jeans and the Seraphim and so on. You know, the New Jeans is one of the leading girl group among the first generation idols. New Jeans is kind of a well-made group created by the major label, Hybe. Originally, the New Jeans belongs to the Odor. Odor is a kind of branch company in Hybe. And New Jeans, the New Jeans was made by the renowned creative director Min. Min is a very famous music director. Once he is a branch belongs to the SM Entertainment and moved to the Hybe, and he created a lot of girl group idols groups, very creative one. And also, New Jeans music style and music production system is very progressive, very strong, but New Jeans music style is very retro, very different than the other girl groups of third generation, the other groups. His music style is very minor retro music style. It is because almost the music of New Jeans are made by the producer DJ Iogong. DJ Iogong is a very famous DJ. His music style is very old retro style. You know the pongchak? Yeah. He likes the pongchak, a very traditional Korean music style. Using the traditional music style, DJ Iogong transformed into the new style to adapt to the New Jeans music composing. And also the New Jeans music is very hybrid and mixed sound. This music style baseline is borrowed from the Baltimore Georgia Club Quickstep. You know the Baltimore Club, Georgia Club? You don't know? Even I know the style. Yeah. The Georgia Club is a kind of the minor kind of the subcultural club sound, famous in the New Jersey and the Baltimore. The DJ, the Iogum, used this Baltimore and Body Club sound, and then created the new ones. Yeah, the DJs. I wanna show the music video, but yeah. Let me see. Video clip is embedded in my presentation, so I can use this for, yeah. Okay, let me see. The first video clip is about the super shy, The baseline step, the tempo is very the Georgie club sound. Yeah. We don't have enough time to go on. That's yeah, finish this one. And I want to show you another music videos on the Diro. Diro is my favorite one. Let me see. Actually, I embedded my video clip on the presenter file of Virginia University, so I like to use this one. Yeah. Okay, as you shown this, Nugent's flow and the super shy is very, very different from the Georgie style club music styles. Producer DJ Yeogong just used the basic line of the quick step and the tempo line, and then they created new ones. This is kind of an example of the cultural hybridization, the mixed, the contemporary American pop style and created new ones. It's very, very cultural hybridization, for example. And next slide I want to show you is the Le Seraphim. Le Seraphim, this video is about the bad one, I think, because there was some rumor that the Le Seraphim copied with the Rosalia music. So yeah, it depends on yours. whether the Lusarapin copies the Lusarapin and the Lusarapin just make a kind of reference from the Rosalia. It depends on you. Please, here is a music video clip about this. It seems the music video is just only one. Yeah, it's a very different the music video styles. But what do you think about this? The Seraphim copied the Rosalia, or the just make a reference from her? Yeah, it depends on your opinions. I think the Seraphim's music video and the music style very, very similar with Rosalia. On the other hand, the Seraphim music is very, very unique, using the different kind of the another music style. That is the hip hop and the kind of electronic pop, and so the Korean unique music style and so on. So I think the Seraphim's music is just to make a reference from the Rosalia's music. It's not the kind of the parallelism or the copy of it. I don't think so. What do you think? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. One of the examples of cultural hybridization in the present the Post-Hallyu Era, the third sample is case is about the XG. It's very, very unique girl group, debut in I think the 2022, right? And as the slide showed that the XG all members are Japanese. All members are Japanese, and all songs are in song. All songs are sung in English. Yeah, all lyrics are in all English. And on the other hand, the producing system is completely handled by the Korean producer. Yeah, it's very unique case to understand the new conjuncture, new entering into the kind of the post-Hallyu era. XG music is very, very multi-mixed music style, has a multi-music style. It contains hip hop, R&B, and electronic pops. Actually, this music style is very, very different from the contemporary J-pop girl groups. Yeah, because the Korean producer made them. It's very different. Let me show the video clip about this. Okay, would you please move the cable into this?
Then they won't see her on the Zoom.
It does not appear. Okay. How many minutes do I have to use? Okay. This example is about the localized idol groups. The idol groups is not just the local music track, but also the worldwide music genres. K-pop styles idol groups is now created the other regions, countries, kind of the Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and even the European countries. Yeah. So the K-pop has a double mimicry position, I think. The K-pop is now has the position that is a copying and the copied. It's very, very dual, different kind of positions. Let me explain this, the kind of phenomenon that just the K-pop rise back. K-pop rise back means of the paradox of difference and threat. Difference and threat is quoted by the Homi Bhabha, Indian post-colonial theorist. The colonial mimicry is kind of to make the difference and also the kind of the threat against the imperialism. So the situation I just explained the Homi Bhabha's sentence, different but not quite different, same but not quite same. This is a kind of cultural hybridization case to understand the K-pop or the post-Hallyu era. Also, the stress point out about the recent, the current, the music industry, Korean music industry. The Korean music industry revenue, according to the 2020-21, reached almost 6 billion US dollars. It's a kind of sixth place of world market, according to the content industry annual report, KOCA, Korea, 2021. You know, the K-pop and the Korean content industry has great global impact all over the world. You know, the great success of BTS, the world tour, Blackpink world tour, and rise of four generations, New Jeans, as I mentioned before, Therapy. You know the Treasure? It's an idol group, male idol group. Yeah. My wife liked the Treasure very much. She always watched the Treasure's music video every night without me. It's kind of a global strategy of new K-pop labels. And the minor K-pop labels emerged in recent days. There are four major the K-pop labels: SM, JYP, YG, and HYBE. There are a lot of the minor K-pop labels are emerging in the global market. You know, the Bumping is a kind of the first world tour by the Blackpink, the most famous, most wonderful, most fantastic girl group in the world. I just yeah, the Blackpink Bumping world tour had great boom of the K-pop world tour. For example, another way is the BTS LA tours, the Blackpink world tours, Bumping. For example, the Blackpink Bumping world tour had 26 cities and 36 concerts and earned and gathered 101.8 million audience and almost 100 US dollars are gained by the concert world tour. And the Korean the physical recording album revenue reached 69.9 million copies in 2022. It's almost increase of 34.6 points higher than the last year. BTS, NCT, 17, TXT, etc. Has a great role to reach that. Interestingly, the boy band, the album, very, very great power than the girl groups. Yeah, you know that the BTS, NCT 70s, a very, very famous male group of K-pop. And the YouTube's hit song is very, very famous a girl group other than the boy group. Very different case. And also the media platform is very, very important to, in Korean K-pop. And you know the Melon? Yeah, Melon is the music media platform. The Melon reached Melon's paid subscriber reached 6.49 million. In Korea, 650만 명 monthly registered 2022 in June. And also the YouTube Music reached paid subscriber reached 5.86 billion, 580만 명, and is very larger than the global music platform Spotify, Apple Music, etc. In Korea, YouTube Music is very stronger, and the Spotify, Apple Music is very, very unique case in other words. And you know the Bubble of Weavers? Yeah, Bubble of Weavers is a kind of a global fandom media platform. In this platform, the fan and stars used to be communicate to each other. Yeah. It's very, very the huge income site for the K-pop industry. Bubbles serviced by the SM Entertainment, the paid subscriber is almost 1.5 million members, and on the other hand, the Weavers produced by the managed by the Hive is almost 200 million paid subscribers. Very, very big, huge amount. They collected a lot of money month by month by using the communication between the global fandom and the global idol pop stars. Skip this one. I don't have time to skip. And then it's very, very tragic and very, very sad and very, very bad the issues about that. There's a kind of the overshadow of the K-pop music scene. You know in the Korean K-pop market, you know the very tight the training system. There were very long track period. These two issues always kind of happen to the scandal, among the K-pop industry. When the idol almost under 10 years, under 15 years underage, the idol want to be a debut. They want to be an idol. When they entered the training camp, 합숙소 in Korea language, their private time and private everyday life is lost. Yeah, they entered the long training camp during before the debut, and almost 4 or 5 years they had to be dormitory, collecting one group by one and training and dance and vocal and learn foreign languages. It's very, very. However, they are very proud of this. This is kind of my debut is almost going on. Yeah. So, and in case of me, I am very criticized of this the wrong training camp for the, you know, the underage human rights and the labor rights and so on. And also the government supports many ways to promote and the advancing the K-pop music, but the Korean government support is a kind of the narrow one. Their perspective is very narrow one. They do not see the further step, the development of K-pop industry. And also, there is a big issue about the derivative commodity. The Korean label company has to be focused on their idols' music making and world tour and so on. But in other ways, the K-pop major label groups are focusing on using the symbolic value of their idols to invest the stocks and the real estate and fashion business. It's very, very, I think the very negative ones, I think. And also the K-pop idol groups has the bad case of their mental health issues and affect labor. Skip this slide. Just skip. It's very, very difficult to explain this very structural slide to understand the Korean pop cultures. Yes. 네. There was a big issues, SM Entertainment dispute between the Kakao and the Hive. You know, this kind of moneyball games. Who is bigger money holder? Result, Kakao won a takeover battle against the Hive because Kakao has a big money. Kakao has a massive financing investment from the Saudi National Royal Funds. Yeah, the final winner is Kakao Entertainment. Kakao Entertainment takes over the SM Entertainment. So, in the last chapter, I want to point out how the K-pop, how the post-Hallyu can be sustainable beyond the losing of cultural capitals. The answer is music diversity, I think. There are lots of music genre and minor labels and fandoms and music festival and music award for diversity, like the KMA. KMA is a Korean Music Award. I'm the founder of this award ceremony. Yeah. In 2002, it's almost the second. These years we're gonna held in the early in March. Yeah, this is 121 edition of this year's. You know, the K-pop is a kind of abbreviation of the Korean popular music, but the K-pop cannot be identified all whole of the Korean popular music genre. As I mentioned before, there are a lot of music genres, the minor labels and minor fandoms, and music over 200 music festival will be held in everywhere, every year. And KMA is kind of a Grammy Award of Korea. Yeah. I think the music diversity is still alive and coexist with difficulties. This is kind of Yoon Lee's festival. I'm the general director of the Gyecheon Classic Music Festival. Yeah. This festival is located in the small village of Pyeongchang province of Gangwon. You know the Gangwon-do, Pyeongchang-gun? Gyecheon is a very small village, belongs to the province of Gangwon. All the people that are living there is only 400 people. Every year, over 10,000 audience who likes the classical music are gathered in the small town every year. This is a 10th anniversary. Yeah, if you want to visit in Korea in May or the early June, why don't you join us? Yeah.